Greetings, royal gossip lovers! Just when you thought the Danish royal family could not possibly serve us any more drama, Crown Prince Christian has gone and gotten himself tangled up in a secret romance that the palace absolutely does not want you to know about. We are talking clandestine meetings, carefully hidden social media activity, and a mystery woman named Emma who has suddenly become the most talked about non-royal in Scandinavia. Before we dive into this delicious scandal involving Denmark's future king, hit that subscribe button and smash the notification bell on Danish News Daily because this story is developing faster than Christian can delete his Instagram likes, and you need the updates as they happen. Right, so let us start with the basics. Crown Prince Christian is 18 years old, devastatingly handsome, heir to the Danish throne, and apparently very much in a relationship that the palace has been desperately trying to keep under wraps. Enter Emma, whose full identity is being protected by Danish media laws regarding minors and young adults, but whose existence has been confirmed by multiple sources close to the royal family. She is reportedly a fellow student, not from an aristocratic family, and absolutely not the type of match the palace would traditionally approve of for the future king. Already you can see why this is causing panic in the corridors of power. Now, here is where this gets properly juicy. Christian and Emma have allegedly been seeing each other for several months, possibly even longer, and they have been extraordinarily careful about keeping it private. We are talking next-level operational security here, separate arrivals at events, communication through encrypted apps, friends sworn to secrecy, the whole spy thriller setup. But as anyone who has ever tried to keep a secret in the age of smartphones knows, nothing stays hidden forever. Photos started circulating on private social media accounts, whispers turned into rumors, and now the whole thing has exploded into public consciousness, whether the palace likes it or not. Let us talk about who Emma actually is based on what we know. She is apparently studying at the same institution as Christian, which immediately narrows down the possibilities considerably. She comes from a middle-class background, no royal connections, no aristocratic lineage, just a normal young woman who happened to catch the eye of Denmark's future king. And honestly, good for Christian. His parents' marriage is currently a masterclass in royal relationship dysfunction, so maybe he has learned that marrying for duty and appropriate bloodlines does not guarantee happiness. Maybe he is choosing differently. Maybe he actually likes this girl for who she is, not what she represents. But here is where the palace absolutely loses their minds over this situation. Christian is not just any royal. He's the heir, the future king, the person who will one day represent Denmark on the world stage. Every relationship he has will be scrutinized, analyzed, and judged for its suitability. His eventual wife will become queen consort, mother to future monarchs, and a permanent fixture in Danish public life. The palace cannot just let him date whoever he wants without proper vetting, background checks, and assessment of how this person will reflect on the monarchy. It's cold, it's calculated, but it's reality. The comparison to his mother's situation is absolutely fascinating here. Mary Donaldson was a commoner from Australia when she met Frederik, and look how that turned out. She became one of the most popular queens in Danish history despite all the recent scandals. So there's precedent for the heir marrying outside aristocratic circles. But there's a crucial difference. Mary was older when she met Frederik, had an established career, and underwent years of preparation before the wedding. Emma is young, still studying, and if this relationship is serious, she would be thrust into royal life with virtually no preparation. That's a recipe for disaster, and the palace knows it. Social media has been absolutely obsessed with trying to identify Emma, which is both understandable and deeply problematic. Fan accounts are analyzing Christian's follows, his likes, his comments, trying to piece together clues about who this mystery woman might be. Some amateur sleuths claim to have figured it out, posting photos and names, which is genuinely concerning because this young woman did not ask for this level of scrutiny. She is not a public figure. She is not
not royal, and she deserves privacy even if she's dating the future king. But try telling that to the internet, which treats royal romances like interactive detective games. Here is what makes this situation particularly tricky for Christian personally. He has watched his parents' marriage become tabloid fodder for years. He has seen his mother's pain, his father's mistakes, and the toll that public scrutiny takes on private relationships. He knows better than anyone how brutal the spotlight can be. So either he is naive enough to think he can keep this relationship hidden indefinitely, or he is brave enough to pursue genuine connection despite knowing the consequences. Either way, it's a fascinating insight into his character and what kind of king he might eventually become. The timing of this relationship going public is also suspiciously convenient, or disconvenient depending on your perspective. Right when his parents are dealing with resurfaced scandal coverage, suddenly there's a new story to distract everyone. Some cynics suggest the palace might even have leaked information about Christian's romance deliberately to shift media focus away from Frederick and Mary's troubles. It sounds conspiratorial, but royal families have absolutely used their children's personal lives as strategic diversions. Would the Danish palace stoop to that level? Who knows, but it's worth considering. Let us also address the elephant in the room, Christian's age. He's 18, legally an adult, but still incredibly young to be making decisions about relationships that could affect the entire monarchy. Most 18-year-olds are figuring out who they are, what they want, experimenting with different relationships and life paths. Christian doesn't have that luxury. Every relationship he has could potentially become permanent. Every girlfriend could potentially become queen consort. That's enormous pressure for someone barely out of secondary school. The Danish public reaction has been mixed, which is fascinating. Older generations are concerned about protocol and whether Emma has the proper background for royal life. Younger Danes are largely supportive, seeing this as Christian asserting independence and choosing love over duty. There's also a growing sentiment that maybe the monarchy needs to modernize its attitudes about who is suitable for royals to marry. If the institution can't adapt to contemporary values about relationships and social mobility, what is even the point of maintaining it? Thanks for watching, Legends. Danish News Daily, out.